Hello and welcome to the Beetlejuice My GM mode. This is episode 9. I just want to thank everyone who's watched. We're almost done. It's been like maybe 2 more episodes. So I just want to thank you all for watching. And if you like, subscribe. We're almost at 100 subscribers. That's a huge accomplishment. But enjoy the video. Here we are on the recap. Look at this. We have a champion that isn't John Cena or Randy Orton. Finn Balor, the man who said he's the man, and he proved it. He now has a 4-2 record, and he is a one-time WWE champion. We have Toni Storm with a 10-12 record, one-time women's champ, one-time tag champ, and one-time MVP. She has a triple crown, only person to do it in the Beetlejuice My GM. The reign of the Fashion Police are no more. We have Damian Priest, who's 8-4, and he's our current WWE Tag Team Champion. And here's his partner, Austin Theory, not as impressive as Damian, but he has a 2-4 record, and he is our current WWE Tag Team Champion. The Iconics reclaim the tag titles, and we have Peyton Royce, who is 6-7, and is a 2-time tag champ. The other half of the tag champs, Billie Kay, 7-13, not as impressive as Peyton, but she is a 2-time tag champ. Sasha Banks with a 13-9 record, 3-time champ, 2-time MVP. Rhea Ripley didn't really do well last episode. She's 14-9, 0 wins last episode, 2-time tag champ, 2-time MVP. Jinder with a 13-8 record, 1-time tag champ, 1-time MVP. Shawn Michaels with a 7-2 record, 1-time MVP. Braun Strowman with a 10-9 record, 1-time tag champ, 1-time MVP. Bad Guy Hulk Hogan with a 9-6 record, 1-time MVP. Fandango, one half of our longest reigning tag champs, no longer champ though, 9-8 record, 1-time tag champ. Edge with 11-9 record. Beth Phoenix with a 5-4 record, 1-time tag champ, 1-time MVP. Eric with a 8-5 record. Beetlejuice's favorite demon, Kane with a 5-1 record. Our former champ, John Cena, with 11-11 record, 3-time champ. We have Bayley, who put on a great performance last episode with an 8-8 record, 2-time champ, 2-time MVP. Randy Orton with a 10-13 record, 2-time champ, 3-time MVP. Tyler Breeze, the other half of the Fashion Police, with 11-14 record, 1-time tag champ. Raquel Gonzalez, for the second episode in a row, didn't have any matches, so she stays at 7-8 and a 1-time MVP. Macho Man with a 1-2 record. Scott Hall with a 5-7 record. Drew Gulak did not wrestle last episode, so he stays at 4-6. Cedric Alexander with a 5-12 record. Stone Cold has not been having a good time at all this series, so we didn't use him last episode, so he stays at the terrible 1-11 record. It's time for last episode's Slapnuts MVP awards. There's a reason why he's Beetlejuice's favorite demon. Kane gets the male Slapnuts MVP for this episode.
I'm back.
Speaking of being back, the boss, Sasha Banks, back where she belongs in the MVP of the Week category.
Here I am, center of attention like I deserve.
Before we get to Raw, we have a big signing. We signed The Rock, the great one, the most electrifying man.
Finally, The Rock has come back.
On to Raw, we continue the Jinder Macho Man rivalry, and Jinder picks up the win. He's just been on a roll, beats Austin, beating Macho Man. We have Edge call out Finn, gonna give Edge a title shot soon. Drew goes one-on-one with The Rock in The Rock's debut, and even though Shawn runs in, The Rock still wins. Bad match though. Bayley cuts a promo. Scott Hall versus Cena one-on-one, and Scott Hall picks up the win. And we start a rivalry. Did not expect that in any way. Raquel Gonzalez, give her a promo. She hasn't been on any shows. And then Hogan versus Stone Cold. This is why we turned Hogan bad. And Austin picks up the win. On to SmackDown, we have Nia Jax versus Shotzi in a TLC match. Very dangerous since Nia Jax gets injured so often. But hey, Shotzi wins and no injury. Mandy Rose's charity. Sammy George versus Asuka, continuing the rivalry. Asuka wins and destroys her in a mediocre match. Becky Lynch cuts a promo, doesn't get to wrestle. Look this, Christina Fury versus Chyna, Extreme Rules, 2 signings, and Chyna just destroys her. And then we have Tamara, no match against Tamina, cuts a promo. Pete and Titus versus Roderick and Brock, tag team match, and Brock and Roderick pick up the win, but Brock gets injured, but we win. We signed the most electrifying man, and hey, He has the confidence. Look at him. Finally, The Rock has come back, and he has more confidence in Finn Balor. He wants a title shot. He thinks he's the man. And then we have Bayley telling us she wants more. She wants to be in the main event. It's like, hey, you've been beating Rhea Ripley. Why not? Bayley hasn't been in the main event for a while. Why not give her what she wants? Main event time. On to Raw, we have an exciting show. Finn versus Edge, title on the line, tables match. Finn defends. Edge doesn't pick up the win. He hasn't been able to do it so far. Eric calls out Fandango. Women's tag title match. Iconics versus Tony and Beth. Gave Beth the new tag team partner, not Rhea. Tony switches partners as well, not Rhea. Jinder does a promo. Rock wanted a title match. We say, screw it. Give him tag team. Him and Randy versus Austin Damian. They lose their first defense. Rock wins a title, even with Shawn running in. Drew like some charity. Bayley versus Rhea Ripley. TLC. Main event. Gave her what she wanted, and she wins. She's the woman. On to SmackDown, Sammy versus Becky, no Asuka, tables match, and Becky picks up the win. Sammy is not looking good so far, but it's a classic, wow. Speaking of Asuka, Shotzi versus Asuka, and Asuka picks up yet another win. They don't have any promos booked. Mandy Rose goes against Chyna after Chyna gets that amazing match last week, and Chyna wins yet again, and injures Mandy Rose. Tamina, not against Tomorrow, but against Cora Cut in a tables match, and Tamina wins and gets injured, but we win.
Oh, you like a fight?
Listen, The Rock came up to us. He wanted a title shot. We gave it to him. Him and Randy, even with Shawn running in. He's our new tag champs. Damien and Theory didn't stand a chance. Tyler Breeze wants a match? Maybe. It's been a while since we signed a woman, so why not pick up the legend, Mickie James? Can't believe SmackDown let Mickie and The Rock go. Anyway, Eric versus Fandango. Extreme Rules. Eric picks up the win after calling him out. Damian Priest cuts a promo. He's upset he lost his title. Speaking of title, Mickie James versus Tony for the women's title. Raquel runs in on Tony. Mickie James' first match wins the title, gets injured, starts a rivalry. Gonzalez versus Storm. Speaking of rivalry, we want The Rock versus Michaels. We get it. Kane wanted a team with Hogan. We gave it to him against the tag champs. It was due this week, and Kane and Hogan pick up the win. They are new champs. Kane gets injured. Scott Hall cuts a promo. Rematch from last week. Extreme Rules. Balor versus Edge. And Edge is finally our WWE champion. On to SmackDown, Asuka versus Sammy George. Extreme Rules match. Asuka picks up the win. That's 3 wins in a row for her. Cora Cut calls out Tamina. Don't know why. Nia Jax versus Shotzi. 1-on-1. Oh, Shotzi picks up the win. Does Nia Jax get injured? No, Shotzi does. Roderick Strong cuts a promo. Does all right. Chyna against Christina Fury once again. Ooh, and Chyna loses. Christina Fury in a disappointing match. Speaking of Tamara, she does some charity. Titus versus John Morrison. Universal title. And Titus worldwide wins. Just like how we win.
What number comes between 2 and 4, Beetlejuice?
25. Wait a minute,
With so much going on, I forgot to give Tyler a match. He wanted it. I forgot. He's really upset at me. I'm making Tyler so angry. But unlike Tyler, Kane is happy. He said him and Hogan would team. I panicked. It was the final week. We gave him the title match against Randy and Rock. And look at that. We have so many new tag champs. Triple H gave us this, so we're going to boost up Stone Cold, send him straight to the moon. Not only that, it's time we let some guys recover. Should have gave it to Randy, but gave it to Cena. On to Raw, Hogan versus Stone Cold. Macho Man runs in on Hogan. We boosted Stone Cold to the moon, and after he gets that second win, he just lets us down. Hogan wins. Scott Hall calls out Cena, continues their rivalry. Rematch from last Raw, and it's the same results. Iconics beat Beth and Tony, and Raquel ran in. Now we have Damian Priest doing some charity. The Rock versus Stone Cold. Dream match, table match. Shawn Michaels beats The Rock. He just continues his role. Jinder does some charity. Now we give Eric and Fandango an Extreme Rules main event, and Fandango picks up the win. Doesn't need Tyler. On to SmackDown. Morrison got injured last week. We have Pete and Titus versus Roderick and Brock. And Roderick and Brock win, but Titus, their champion, gets injured. Tomorrow cuts a promo, and look at this. Tag team action. Becky and Chyna versus Natalya and Christina, and Chyna gets revenge for the loss last week. Nia Jax calls out Natalya, saying who gets injured first. Tamina versus Cora Cut. Asuka runs in. Don't know why. Tamina picks up the win. Maya T. Kirk cuts a promo. Dexter Loomis versus Robert Rood. Will one of them get injured? Dexter wins. Let's see. No injuries, but we win.
I don't come out the same way the other people come out.
Triple H lets us know SmackDown used the card to make our special matches double. Listen, Tyler wants a match. We're going to give it to him because I do feel bad that we keep on screwing over Tyler Breeze. Now we have Beth. She's upset that she keeps on losing to Payne Royce. We don't know what to do for you, Beth. We try to give you championship matches. Welcome to Fastlane. We have Rhea versus Bayley to start it off. Hell in a Cell. Rhea finally picks up the win against Bayley, ending the rivalry in an amazing match. No Peyton, but we gave Beth Billy. Tyler wanted a match, so we said, why not? Let's have him team with The Rock against Shawn Michaels and Drew's his tag team specialist. We'll ignore that rivalry. Scott Hall calls out John Cena. Macho Man versus Ginger tables match to end the rivalry. The Macho Man, can you dig it? In a great match. Damian Priest does some charity. Then we have Hogan versus Stone Cold Extreme Rules match. Hogan wins, ending their rivalry. Bad guy Hogan just can't lose in a classic. Braun Strowman does some charity. Edge versus Finn Balor. Hell in a Cell. Title on the line to end the rivalry. And Finn Balor reclaims the title. Edge and Finn Balor put on a classic. We're on to SmackDown. We have Asuka and Nia Jax versus Natalya and Tamina. Natalya and Tamina win, starts a rivalry. Tomorrow cuts a promo. We have Pete Dunne versus Roderick Strong, normal match. Their Fastlane is not looking as good as ours, but Roderick Strong picks up the win in an okay match. John Morrison calls out Titus, saying, hey, we're both injured, why not? Chyna versus Christina Fury in a tables match. Chyna picks up the win in a mediocre match. Maya does some charity. Sammy George and Shotzi versus Cara Cut and Becky Lynch. They're really loving the jobbers lately. Mediocre match. We have Brock doing some charity. Ooh, rematch from the last SmackDown. Robert Roode versus Dexter. Tables match. Robert Roode gets some redemption. And we win.
Leave right now. I'm leaving right now.
We're almost done. Only like a couple of more episodes. But speaking of this, we have Edge saying he's not happy he lost his title to Finn. So we say, you know what, Edge? We'll give you one more shot. One more shot to be the champ. Just one more. Macho Man lets us know he isn't feeling well. He wants some time off. So we were like, Macho Man, you did good. We'll give you time off.